Hi everyone, it's Orsi and I would like to give you ideas for better forward fold. So if you are working in yoga exercises like Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana or other forward folds, then you might run into that problem that you don't yet reach your big toe. So the first modification what everyone is proposing is getting a big block. But it might be that it's still not sufficient for you because you still don't reach. That was my case also, and I was literally exercising with the side of the bed. You need to find an object which is high enough to press on it and feel that you are lengthening the hamstring, so you don't want to go back behind your line of the ankle and knee, and you don't want to even lean too much forward. You would like to have the knee, ankle and pelvis completely aligned. So when you start improving, you will start changing the levels of the block. From the full height, you will go toward mid height, and maybe if it's still not sufficient, then you will put back something to the top and you will start working like lengthening one hamstring completely, pulling the kneecap up, activating the quadriceps and lifting the opposite heel, and then you lower it, and then slowly your hamstring will start lengthening out, and then you will realize that if you are doing this a lot, at one point you will be able to decrease the height of the block. Also, something I recommend is hug your elbows and hang here, letting your head and neck really relaxed, and always align the ankle and the knee and the pelvis. And always feel like you activate here to pull up the knee, so you don't want to have so much of bending there. The other way is when you are already here with your fingers, you will start lowering one hand and then the other. Maybe that also works with the block, like pressing down in one and then dropping the other one. If you don't have anything, of course, you can wrap around your legs with your hands, bringing the weight forward, and you will start closing the chest down, and your hamstrings will start opening up at one point. Believe me, because really it was my case as well, just that I went through it when I was a kid, and I self-taught myself from the books of Iyengar to yoga when I was around 13 years old, and that's how I opened them, because it was really not flexible. So one point you will be able to take the big toes and lower yourself to a beautiful deep forward fold. This is the Utthita Padangusthasana, not Hasta, sorry, just the Utthita Padangusthasana. And you can also use loop. The advantage of loop is the adjustability. So you can open it as much as you need and pull on it. So if it's really like that you are around your knee level, you can still work with this. You can still start pulling forward and walking down or tighten it when you are getting closer and closer to the posture you desire. So these were some ways to work on the forward fold, but you can add other exercises as well. So you can combine other forward folds which are standing. For example, we have this wide leg run, the Padottanasana, where your big toes are turning inward. So You can practice here as well with blocks. You modify the posture. You don't go for the original, but you bring the blocks a bit more forward. What you really take care of is, again, not to push your booty too back and not even to fall forward, so you don't want that alignment to be lost. So you really would like to have the knee, ankle, pelvis leveled. And of course, at one point you would like to achieve grabbing the big toes and placing them on the head. But before this happens, you can exactly do the same what you did with the more closed leg version, that you can lift one leg and change. And of course, you can also play with the hands, like trying to bend them, trying to extend them, and also opening sideways and lowering down. So you play around with these movements, squaring your hip, not letting this shift to happen. And you lower back down. You can repeat all these exercises like 5-6 times minimum. I'll also just hang around here with your elbows joined and letting the head down. Just relaxing into this stretch. Great. And finally, you will also practice a seated version of the forward stretch. Again with the loop, with the yoga belt. So you take it as long as you need. It's not a matter if you are not deep in the stretch. It's not a problem if you are working on this. It might be that you are even working on straightening your back because you are behind your sit bone and your task is how to get straight so that your shoulders and pelvis aligned. So that if that's the task, then you need to find yoga blocks. I like to have the smaller yoga blocks because when it's only a little inch what I need, then it really helps me to get there because I can decrease the height more easy. I can adjust better. So then you will be sitting in the blocks and pulling your chest forward. So you never would like to do this. You always pull the chest forward. And when you feel that it's nicely coming from the hip, you are hinging from there, then you will not need this anymore. And you will also start walking in the loop, lifting the heart, opening it, and holding nicely down. And at one point, it will be no need of the yoga belt either. Great. So, if you put together these exercises to your practice, it will help you a lot. And there is one more I would like to suggest. That's the lying version of a hamstring stretch. We have it in stretching, in Pilates, in yoga. It's really a useful one. So, you can wrap around the big toe and bring the leg toward you. But obviously, if your hamstrings are inflexible, then you will first start bending the knee, pressing down the tailbone, and extending it up to the sky. You will do it around like 5 times. So just bend and extend. And after that one, you will start stretch, still with the tailbone pressing down to the mat, and release. Also around 5 times. Now I'm just showing you 2. And then you will lift the head up and you will pull the leg toward you with a lifted head. Release. And let's just do it to the other side as well. So I was showing you 2 repetitions, so I'm doing it again. In your own self-practice, like I said, you cannot just better this repetition for yourself. So just bend and stretch first. And then extend and release. And then come up, chin gently to chest without jamming, tailbone still down, stretch the leg toward you if that happens, if that goes already. And then release back down. Great. Let's roll back up. So if you would like to, I can also make a follow with me routine. So this were more like a video of giving you ideas, what you can insert to your own program. But if you would like just follow a 10 or 15-minute routine, then just reach out to me here in my YouTube channel, and I'm really glad helping. I know if you have a problem, I really can feel it, because I had it myself, and it was taking me a long time until I got flexibility in my hamstrings. So subscribe, like, and reach out if you feel like. Thank you for watching. Bye.